Well, good day to all of our awesome internet friends, family, and following. Mont Silver Sr. here, four-time seven-figure producer in the home business industry, and you are getting this particular video training because either you are part of my email list, my text list, or perhaps you've subscribed to my YouTube channel, or you are part of the email list, text list, or you subscribe to the YouTube channel of someone that may be following us and leveraging this training. Now, what I want to do in this training, ladies and gentlemen, is I want to just give you some insight of what my business day looks like. Again, we've developed 4 7-figure businesses, and there's a lot of folks out there that are making a lot of money in this industry. There's no lack on the internet. There's nothing but abundance. But one of the things, someone remarked to me, hey, what is it that you're doing? How are you doing so well in your business? And I thought, you know what? How about we give some insight as to what a normal day, a normal business day looks like for us. I wanted to start this training off with a couple of quotes from one of my mentors from afar, Dr. Mike Murdoch. He said this. He said, "The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine." The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. He also said, "You will never change your life until you change something you do daily." You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. So let's start. Let's show you how we do business. And there is an old scripture, if you will, and I don't mean to stand on a religious pedal here, but that's the first time I heard of it, and then I heard Stephen R. Covey come and say it in his own words, where it basically says, proclaim the end from the beginning. Stephen R. Covey said, start with the end in mind. Okay, so with that being said, what I like to do is I like to end my business day before I start it. And so let me show you the process that I go through so that I can have a successful business day. If we have a series of successful business days consecutively, oh, I messed that word up, then we'll have a series of if we have a series of successful days, that will lend to successful weeks. If we have a series of successful weeks successively, one after the other, then that'll give us successful months. Successful months will lead to a successful year, and a series of successful years will lead us to a successful life. Okay, so now this is what I like to do. This is what I do before I get my business day started. I keep a notebook. You might do this on a computer, you might do this on a tablet. That's the principle that I want you to get. And I write down, I think through my business day, all of the things that are most important for me to accomplish that day. So for instance, for me, I trade actively in the stock market. And when I first start writing this down, they're not in any particular order. I just want to write down the things that I want to get accomplished that day. So I know I'm going to do something in the stock market. I know that I'm going to work on me. I'm the most important part of my business. And so when I become a better me, or as I become a better me, my business, it shows up in my business. I know I'm going to send an email to my list. This is part of me building a bond with my following. I know I'm going to send a text to my list. This is also part of me building a bond with my following. Okay. I know, for instance, today that I'm doing this, that I'm going to be working on a video responder series. There's a particular income opportunity that I'm promoting, and with that opportunity, obviously I want people to opt into some type of capture page or what have you. And so I've been working on this series. I'm not just an autoresponder series, but a video training series specific to that particular audience. So I know I want to work on that today. I also want to set up a traffic campaign today. I also want to do some marketing training. There's a new technique or at least it's newer to me. It's not necessarily new, but I want to master that particular technique. If you don't know how to market, it doesn't matter what you're marketing. Once you learn how to market, it doesn't matter what you're marketing. I also need to make sure that I'm staying in touch with my audience, so I need to check my Skype. I need to check my email. All right, now, obviously, my list may be different from your list. It's the principle that I want you to get. The first principle is before you start your business day, go on and end it. These are the things that I want to accomplish. I want to make sure that I'm working in and on these areas for my business day. All right, then what I do, so I jot down those items, then I put them in order of priority. I put them in order of priority. So I'm going to put stock market first, and that's simply because that's something that I'm paying attention to throughout the business day. As I'm doing this, for instance, you're hearing some chimes. Those are that's a chat room that I'm in that might be sharing a stock market play that they're considering doing, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to prioritize these. Now, in this case, I'm simply going from what I've already put on my notebook for the day and putting this on the whiteboard. They don't have to be in order when you're listing the various objectives that you have for that day, but what you do want to do is go back and prioritize them. So I'm doing that now. All right, so my text list is number 4. So this is what would happen. Let's prioritize these. My traffic campaign. Now what may happen is you may say, you know what, I really need to check my Skype. I need to go back into Skype quicker. I need to go back into Facebook faster. So you might have listed everything down, but you may have said, you know what, let me make this number 3. All right, and then I would just simply go and change the order or the priority that I may have. Okay, so I'd already kind of put these in my priority for the day, and so I do this. All right, now, okay, so these are the main objectives that I have for the day. I'm going to do something in my stock market business. I'm going to work on me. This is my personal development, personal empowerment time, which I've already done by the time I'm doing this recording. I'm going to send out an email to my list. This is very important because we're focused on building our list and then building a bond with our list, and that allows us to ultimately monetize the list. So then, now here's the thing. Once I've put all these things down and I prioritize them, I'll then give each of these items a time constraint. Now, my stock market business is set from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. That's when the stock market is open. Now, I will tend to be in the market, setting up some things a little bit earlier than that. So I'm going to say 9 to 4. Now, with my stock market business, as you heard a few chimes there, it's not something that requires my full attention the entire 9 to 4 p.m. time span. But that's the time that I'm going to at least be sensitive to hearing an alert. As soon as I finish this particular video, then I'll go back and I'll look at those alerts to see if there was a suggestion to maybe get into a trade or get out of a trade or what have you. By the way, this system is probably a system in time that we'll share with our audience. It's got nothing to do with network marketing. I just want to test it further before I share it with our audience. Okay, work on me. I assign a time constraint. So today I assigned a time constraint of 45 minutes to work on me. 45 minutes to work on me. So maybe it's watching a YouTube video from a personal development perspective. Maybe it's listening to an audio. I assigned 45 minutes there. My email list normally takes me about an hour from the time that I sit down to prepare whatever training material I want to prepare or the actual text, cut a video, render the video, and then ready to send that out. My text list, that doesn't take me nearly as long. I normally allot about 30 minutes. I'll send out a personal development quote to this audience, and then I'll also see if there were some texts that came in where people are asking me something or they have a question or what have you. That normally doesn't take a long time. My video responder series, I'm allotting today 2 hours. So what I'm doing by giving each of these a time constraint is I'm saying, okay, I'm going to spend 45 minutes today working on me. And when I have expended that 45 minutes, I stop. I have completed that task for that day. Now, I might be watching a 1 hour video, and I may not have finished that 1 hour video, but I'm going to stop that video and I can pick it back up tomorrow because I need to move on to my next task for the day. My traffic campaign, I've got a traffic campaign that I'm testing, and I'm going to spend an hour on that today. My marketing training, I'm going to spend an hour on that today. My Skype, I'm going to spend 45 minutes on that today. And emails, I'm going to also spend 45 minutes. So now what I've done here is I first listed all of my objectives for the day, all the projects that I want to work on for that day, number one. Number two, I assigned to each project that I'm working on for that day a priority. And then number three, I then assigned a time constraint. I assigned a time constraint to that particular task. So, for instance, I'm still actively engaged in what's going on with the stock market. Again, you're hearing the chimes. When it came down to the work on me section, what I did is when I got ready for that piece, I then noted the time that I started. I started at 10:19 a.m. Working on me, and the portion of the video that I was watching actually was a longer video that I had started the previous day. I got to my time constraint the previous day. I stopped it. I made a note of where I was on that video. I went back to that video today. So I actually finished that particular video at 10:55. Now, so what I was able to do, I set aside 45 minutes, but it actually didn't take me 45 minutes. It took me 36 minutes. What I just did is I picked up an extra 9 minutes in my business day. Now, I may take that 9 minutes and just relax. I may take that 9 minutes and add that to another one of my projects for the day, because that would keep me within the time that I have set aside for building my business. One thing I forgot to do was to just say, hey, when you're doing this, go on and add up the time that you're spending in your business. So for instance, I'm going to say working on me 45 minutes, email to my list is an hour, that's 60 minutes, my text list is 30 minutes, my video responder series is 120 minutes, my traffic campaign, I'm spending 60 minutes on that today. Marketing training, being a student, I'm spending 60 minutes on that today. I'm spending 45 minutes on Skype. I'm spending 45 minutes email wise. So I'm allocating 465 minutes working between items 2 through 9. Stock market would be pretty much during that time frame. If I divide this by 60 minutes, so that's 7 3/4 minutes. I'm spending a full-time day building my business today. Now, the reason that's important, I needed to back up because I forgot that step. The reason that's important is obviously if you only have 2 hours for that day, you only have an hour and a half for that day, then whatever you are listing as the projects you're working on that day and the time constraint that you are giving to each of those tasks for that day, you want to make sure that it fits within the parameters, the time frame of your business day. So in my case, I have 8 hours, 7 3/4 hours to commit to my business day. I actually have more time than that to commit to my business day. You'll need to determine how many hours, especially if you're part-time, how many hours do you have to commit to your business that day. And remember, be full-time at being part-time. be full-time at being part-time. Okay, so we're just about finished with this training video, and hopefully you are starting to understand this. I tell you what, this is what we'll do. I'm going to end this now. And tomorrow I'll be sending out the second part of this particular training. We're going to end this now. This is a way, by the way, as we are doing this training. There's four things that we're focused on in our business. We're focused on working on ourselves, one. We're focused on building our list. We're focused on building a bond with our list so that we can ultimately monetize our list. If this training speaks to you, and it makes sense to you, one, execute it. Remember what Mike Murdoch said: the secret in your future is hidden in your daily routine. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. If you would like to leverage this video for your audience and put it on your own YouTube channel, you feel free to do so, and you can go to www.catchvideo.net, and then you'll be able to take the YouTube link that you'll see here where you're seeing this on the YouTube channel. You better take the YouTube link, essentially catch this video, download it to your own computer, and even load it up on your own YouTube channel, and then send this out as a way to bond with your audience. Remember, if you do so, in the box which asks for the description, make sure you put your contact information. If there's a particular website that you want to drive people to, whether it's a capture page or your primary business offer, make sure that you put that there, as well as the best way for people to contact you. If you're more of a Facebook person, if you're more of an email person, if you want people to call you, make sure you put the best contact information there as well. Until tomorrow, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours.